Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're talking about the game Diablo 4, and we're going to be talking about the launch dates, when you actually can start playing the game and when you can start downloading the game, pre-downloading the game. And here I'm on Blizzard Entertainment's actual site, and this is one of their provided links, and we're just going to go over it briefly here. So let's just scroll down here until we get to this section of the article. Global early access for the launch schedule. Early access to Diablo 4 begins on June 1st at 4 p.m. for those who pre-purchased the Digital Deluxe and the Ultimate Deluxe. So there was 3 copies you could purchase. You had the Standard, Digital Deluxe, and Ultimate Deluxe. The 2 higher end copies you'll be able to start playing on the 1st. And let's double click on this map. And it's going to bring it up here. And so New York, 7 p.m. EDT is going to be the time. And then you'll see through this map when the times are for other time zones. All right. So let's scroll down here. The official launch for Diablo 4 begins on June 5th at 4 p.m. PDT. This is when owners of any edition of Diablo 4 can begin their journey. All right. And this is what the map looks like here for the 5th. So you can check out whatever time zone you might be in, and there you go. All right. Preload Diablo 4. Prepare for your descent into into hell by pre-loading Diablo 4 early. Before you'll find instructions on how to install the game. Well, most people know how to install a video game, so the time is what we want to know. So on May 30th at 4 p.m. PDT, you can start pre-downloading the game. And I'm imagining this is for any edition. Let me just go Windows. It's going to be for Windows, PC, Xbox, PlayStation. Purchase of any edition of the Diablo 4 is required to preload the game. That's it. And then, it talks about the Xbox, Twitch drops. Okay, what's this about? Okay, traversing Sanctuary is a tenuous experience rife with mid-shattering horrors and dangers. I love the guy who writes this stuff. Crazy. From June 5th to July 2nd, keep your favorite Diablo 4 streamers company by watching them on Twitch. Okay, I'm not a big Twitch promoter. If you go watch somebody on Twitch, that's your thing. I don't do Twitch streaming, and I never understood that these games only giving you content or cosmetic content if you go watch somebody play a video game. Never really got into that for me, and I've never taken advantage of that. But with that said, if you're a person that really is a completionist, you like to complete everything, then if you want these Twitch drops, free gifts is what it's saying. Gift 2 Twitch subscription. You got to be eligible. Then go ahead, go watch somebody play a video game for a while and get it. New World did this. So it seems like a lot of your AAA titles are now doing this. Go watch some random Twitch streamer and we'll give you something. So that's that. All right, so it looks like they've got their forums, they've got their Twitter account, and they got their player support portal. So if you're familiar with Blizzard Entertainment, there's a ticket system. If you have a problem with the game, you just use their ticket system to see if they can get that resolved for you. And they're pretty good at it. Early days of World of Warcraft, not so much, but they got really good at their ticket system. I know when my Paladin was having issues when I stopped playing WoW, my account, I would log in and my account, my guy would be naked, all my stuff would be sold. I had nothing. And I would contact them and say, look, and they would say, oh, your account was hacked, and I was like, well, I don't know see how my side was hacked. I got a pretty beefy internet. I got a pretty firewall. I was using a Barracuda at the time. I was like, there's no way my system's getting hacked here. And come to find out in the end, after all the hassle, it was an employee on their end that was selling my character to some eBay buyer. So he was he knew my credentials because he worked for the company. So he knew how to get into my account and he would sell that account online. And obviously the guy got fired. I got a letter from them saying that they were prosecuting him too because he was making uber money on the side selling accounts to people on the internet. And my Paladin, because it was like in the top 100 geared it was crazy. It was just nuts. And I had to deal with it for a very long time. Eventually it pushed me out of the game. but they fixed that nonsense. I mean, I hope they have, because it was a problem back then. But I've heard that they've gotten better at customer service, watching, making sure that kind of nonsense doesn't happen. It really was kind of discouraging for me for a while, and I had given up on Blizzard for at least 5 years. And I went back to play World of Warcraft Classic for a few months, and that was a good time. That was a good experience. All right, well, here we are. There it is. You don't need to hear me rambling on about talking about my past with Blizzard Entertainment. All in all, I'm happy with them as a gaming company. I've spent, out of all the games I've played and had the most enjoyment out of, Blizzard Entertainment games were that. From Hearthstone to World of Warcraft to Diablo series. It's just always been a good time for me, and I think I like supporting their brand, even though their brand's been sold, but that's that. But I mean, it's still their brand, and I'm all in. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkus Zone.